Dr. Scheibe, you're located right in the heart of Chatham, right here at 32 Main Street.
Yes, right on Main Street in Chatham. Yeah.
Now, being the primary eye care doctor in Chatham, you actually see families as patients, don't you?
I do. I see, I'll see the grandparents and the kids and the grandkids and sometimes the great-grandkids. So, yeah, you see all sorts of things.
Now, when you're talking about seeing entire families, what does that mean to you?
Well, it just means that, I can take care of the whole family. Somebody may have some, eye disease that's in their family that's not in others. So, I'm just able to bring those things together.
Right. Now, in your office, tell me what sets you apart from a retail eye care center?
So, well, I have a one-on-one relationship with my optician who does the glasses. In fact, today we had a patient who spent a lot of time on computers, and so I spoke with her about a specific lens just for her and her computer use. So we kind of, bounce off of each other's ideas and try to help the patient's needs.
But now, why do you think it's important to see an optometrist like yourself?
Oh, yeah. So, well, we also treat lots of eye diseases, and if patients are diabetic or have a family history of glaucoma or macular degeneration, here at our office being primary care, again, not retail, I have certain diagnostic equipment to photograph the eye, take digital images of the optic nerve and the macula for things like macular degeneration and glaucoma.
Now, when we talk about families, and you mentioned diabetes,
right?
I'm sure that is a big factor in a lot of the patients that you see. But is that always recognizable? Someone like myself, maybe I don't know that I have diabetes. Am I going to feel that I have an eye problem?
Not always. Sometimes, a patient will come in who doesn't really keep up with their health that well, or they don't go to their doctors, they don't go to eye doctors, and so their vision might be the first symptom to lead them into knowing something might be a problem. So you don't always have a symptom.
No, not always.
No. So, you can just be coming in for a routine eye check, and we can find, lots of things back there which aren't always good. Now, I don't want to scare anybody. That's very rare, but, occasionally, there's some bleeding in the eyes or, something going on with the nerves. So
when we talk about eye care, I think about being farsighted or nearsighted, which I imagine you see a lot of patients like that.
Right.
But when you talk about macular degeneration and diabetes, let's talk a little bit more about that. And the reason I say that, my dad suffered from macular degeneration.
Yeah, so, macular degeneration definitely is something that occurs, and when you have someone in your family with it, you have more knowledge of how it might have affected them. And there are a lot more treatments for those things now. Hopefully, they're getting a hold of those things. But here at this office, we photograph the eye, we watch the retina over a period of time. We take digital imaging, which can find, minute swelling in the back of the eye that could be from macular degeneration or diabetes. And so when there is swelling, I would send a prompt referral for the patient to see a retina specialist. Now, they would probably have to travel outside of Chatham for that. So, yeah.
Well, certainly I think we all tend to take our eyes for granted.
We do. Yeah, we do. But the best thing to do for your eye health, and I tell my patients this every day, is protect your eyes from the sun, eat a healthy diet with lots of fruits and vegetables, and, have eye exams.
Now, here in Chatham, I understand that you actually have eyeglasses, you have contact lenses, and you do eye exams.
Right. We do all of that. So it's a one-stop shop.
So it makes it very easy on a patient. They don't have to travel any distance. They have what they need here in your office.
Yes, they do.
That's good.
It is good.
Now let me ask you, I also found out that you and your staff get along so well together.
We do. Very well. Well, they're all so nice. I mean, how can you not get along with them?
Well, now I would say that's probably true too.
Yeah.
If you had one tip that you would give a patient or give someone that's listening or watching today, what would you tell them?
So I would just recommend to be sure to have routine eye exams every 1 to 2 years, especially if you're diabetic or if you have a family history of diabetes. You should have eye exams yearly for that.
How young is too young, or how young is old enough to get your first eye exam?
So I generally myself start seeing patients around the age of 4.
Really?
Of course, I've trained on how to, examine infant size, but I generally like patients that can communicate back and forth with me. But yeah, we have patients who, may speak another language or may not talk for whatever reason. And, we have ways of getting that information out. But I usually start seeing kids around 4.
Well, I guess that makes sense, particularly before they go to school.
Exactly. Right.
Sometimes children have problems in school and you're not figuring out what's actually wrong and they can't see the blackboard.
Right. Or they see the numbers or the letters improperly, or they just have to work really hard to see it, so they just avoid it.
Yeah. I think with your personality, you would really work well with children.
I try. I'm a kid at heart, so how can I not like working with kids, right?
That's exactly right. But I think you make them feel at ease. You make your patients feel comfortable.
I try to, yeah.
Because I think it could be a scary thing if someone's coming for the first time.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And a lot of people don't like people messing with their eyes. They don't like to touch their eye.
Right. And just, having to see someone new. Yes. There's always, am I going to get along with this doctor or the staff or whatever. So, but everybody's very nice here. And the people in Chatham have just been wonderful.
Looks like a very close-knit community.
It is. It's great.
Let's talk again about where you're located.
So we're right on Main Street, 32 Main Street here in Chatham. And we're here Monday through Friday, every day, pretty much 9 to 5, except for on Tuesdays. We're here, we open at 10 and we stay open until 6:30.
Okay. And what about new patients?
Oh yeah, we're always seeing new patients. Happy to see them. Of course, if you have an eye emergency, just give us a call. We'll try to work you in the same day.
All right. Well, thank you so much for talking with me this morning.
Oh, well, you're welcome. Thank you.
All right.